Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel, and on this channel I teach you guys social media marketing tips as well as entrepreneurial tips that can help you be successful. Now in today's video we are going to talk about finding your niche, and the reason why I want to cover this topic is because finding your niche has to be the number one thing that a lot of entrepreneurs should be doing, mainly because when you do look for a way to find your niche, you can test out the waters to see if the market you're going into is actually profitable and if you should continue to try to build a business around that niche. So if you guys are interested in finding out the different tips and tricks that I have as far as finding your niche and to see if you can have success in business, be sure to keep on watching. Now, the first step to finding your niche is actually figuring out what it is that you like to do. The first way you can do this is by sitting down, getting a pen and paper, clear your mind, and really start to brainstorm. Now, the first thing that you should be asking yourself is, when you do have free time, what is something that you can see yourself doing? The second question that you should ask yourself is, when you actually are doing something, what is something that you wish you could be doing even if you're not able to do it? Now, the next question that follows up with those two would be, what is something that you often find yourself researching or trying to learn? What is the most heavily searched thing that you are Googling when you're on your computer or your phone? Now, I'm pretty sure you're going to come up with tons of ideas, but the minimum amount that I want you to come up with would be 5, and the maximum is going to be 10. Now, after you're able to narrow down exactly what your focus is, I want you to focus on the main ideas that you find you can always come up with ideas for. Now, to give you guys an example of what I mean, content creation is something that I absolutely love, like filming videos just like this one. Now, if you guys don't know, I've actually been on YouTube for quite some time now. It's been about 8 years since I've been on YouTube, and my first channel is called Naturallynellzy. One way that I absolutely knew that I found the niche that was right for me is because even when I was not able to actually create content, sitting at work at my 9 to 5, I would literally sit there and just write for hours. And I actually have all of my scripts to prove it. Like, you guys see all these papers, these are all of my YouTube scripts. I had so many different notepads just related to building content, and that's how I knew, okay, I'm in the right niche. Another way that I knew is because I was really passionate and interested in getting my content better. I would look at little hacks on how I could film better, how I could edit my videos better, sound equipment, all that stuff. So all in all, what I'm basically saying is that if you do find something that even when you are supposed to be working or doing something else, you're still thinking about it, you're still trying to get ideas for it, that's probably a good indication that that is something that you should be making your priority for your niche. Now, once you actually have an idea of the different things that you feel would be a good niche, the second thing that I want you to do is narrow down those ideas even further. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is my second channel on YouTube, but my first channel started out with me doing a lot of hair care stuff. Now, when I first started out, I thought hair would have been amazing. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then I was thinking, that's kind of broad. I really want to, specify my channel to be something. So I was thinking, okay, let's go with natural hair. But then I thought about it even further, and I was like, okay, so I'm actually thinking about cutting off all of my hair and restarting my journey. What about if I did not only natural hair, but short natural hair? So actually doing that helped me propel my channel to what it is today, where it's over 100,000 subscribers. And that's mainly because the content that I created was very, very focused, and it was very, very niche based. I would definitely recommend that you guys do the same exact thing as far as niching down when you do find a main niche you want, mainly because it's not only going to be easier for you to build your audience, but it's also going to be way easier for you to come up with ideas that are specifically related to that particular niche. Now, the third thing I want you guys to do is try to identify a problem that you can solve for your potential audience. I feel like this step is honestly crucial when it comes to narrowing down your niche, because you'll be able to really sit there and figure out, okay, out of all of these, which one do I feel I can actually provide advice to? How can I help people? What solutions can I give other people that have a problem related to this niche? Now, the reason why you should definitely be looking for a solution you can offer people is because that is going to be the driving force that gets people to continue to consume your content. Just to give you an example of what I mean, back when I started out my channel about 8 years ago, I noticed that one of the things a lot of people were searching for on YouTube was how to make DIY whipped shea butters. Now, based on the information that I was seeing online, I was sitting there thinking oh my gosh, there are so many people that are searching for this, and I know how to make this product. So that's when the gears started going. I was like, wait a minute, What if I created a business where I actually provided whipped shea butter, it was scented, and it was made with really good quality organic products? After a few months later, Serene Body Scents was born, and that was how I found a solution to a problem that a lot of people have, and that's how I was able to scale my business to 6 figures simply by doing that research. You should use the same guideline when it comes to picking your niche, and if you do the research and really analyze the data that you find, it will guide you as to which one will be the perfect niche that is profitable for you. Now, my fourth tip for you guys would be to actually do some research, and this is one of the things that I always talk about here on my channel. Now, the reason for you doing this research is because you want to see if people will actually entertain this idea. You want to see if people would consider paying for it. The first free resource that you can use is what you're watching this video on right now, and that would be YouTube. I think a lot of people forget that although YouTube is a platform that is, dominated by video, it's actually a search engine that is owned by Google. So this is one of the best tools that you can actually use to get information and data. One way that you're able to do this is by doing a search of your niche and just see the type of videos that come up. Not only does it give you ideas on content that you can put out there, but one gold mine of information that you can collect is in the comment section. One of the main things I really had to focus on was there a need for this product? Were there any suggestions? Was the feedback bad? Was it positive? Was there any tweaking that people were saying they wish they could get? All that information was amazing for me, and you should be doing the same thing when it comes to your niche. By you scrolling through the comments and seeing what that discussion is, that's going to give you an idea or some type of indication on if you have a good niche or if you possibly may need to change it to something else. The next tool that I would suggest to you guys is to use forums. I absolutely love forums because when I tell you guys that people take it so seriously, you would think like this is literally just people discussing and communicating things with each other, but it is so crucial, especially when it comes to looking for a niche. I would definitely suggest you guys looking into fora. That's something where you could literally post a question on there and see what people are saying. Not only is that a good indication on if you do have a good idea for a niche, but you can also get feedback from people that are just looking to answer any type of question that you may have. Reddit is another forum that you guys can use. So what I would probably do if you're not sure which one to decide on, do one post on Quora and do another one on Reddit, do like a split test and see exactly what the outcome is going to be. I would go with the one that gives you the best feedback as well as the ease of use so that you can have an idea of how you're going to continue to use that platform to get more data for your research. Another free resource that is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to collecting information would be Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere is actually an extension, or I believe it might be a plugin for your Google Chrome browser. Keywords Everywhere is honestly phenomenal, mainly because it gives you so much information and you can tweak it to anything that you like. Not only does Keywords Everywhere give you an idea of how many searches or how many hits a particular topic gets every single month, but it also gives you different frames as far as what people are searching for, as well as other related searches that are aligned with your original topic. So one particular thing that I would do is basically searching for, let's say we'll go with natural hair. Keywords Everywhere will allow me to see how many hits that term natural hair is getting every single month, and it will also give me related searches that people have in that same topic, which is natural hair, as well as other suggested searches that people are putting in that are still related to natural hair. It's actually one of the things that I use to try to find content to give you guys on this channel, as well as what I use to help me launch my coaching business. Now, my fifth tip for you guys would be to actually do some more research. I know you're thinking like, wait a minute, we just did research. No, this time you're going to do market research. Hey, I did say research was something that was big on my channel, right? Now, what I mean when I say do more research is basically like this. So you have your niche, you know that you have a solution that can solve problems for people, and you already have that guarantee that people will buy. Do you have competition? That's something that you really have to factor in. Like, you could do all this work, but what if there is a saturated market related to your niche? What if there are so many people doing this? If you're not really sure if you have competition on what that market is like, it can honestly be detrimental to your niche as well as to your business. So it's so important that you make sure you find out what is going on in the market. Now, if you do find that you have competition that is within your niche, I don't want you guys to look at competition as a bad thing. In fact, it can actually be something that motivates you to push further than all the rest of the people that that you may see doing the same thing. I think the breaking point is when you're able to differentiate good competition from bad competition. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Content is one of the main factors that's going to determine if this is something that you should go into, mainly because you can compare the content that's already out there in comparison with the content that you know you're going to put out there. So a couple of indications that let you know if you have a shot would be: one, is the content that you already see dated? Is the content engaging? Is the content kind of like low quality? Is it not the best? If you see that all those things are out there related to the content already in your niche, you have a shot and you should definitely go for it, mainly because you know that you're going to deliver something that is way better than what's already out there. The second thing that you should think about is there any type of identity that is related to the content that's already out there? Is the person engaging? Do they have any type of connection with their audience? Is it just mainly a corporation or just a brand? All that information is going to be helpful to you, because if that is the case, once again, you have a shot. One thing that I've grown to realize is that when I was starting out my business, a lot of the people that followed me on that journey with that audience that I built up, they absolutely love connecting with me. They love being able to have some sort of say in the type of products that I was releasing, the type of content that I was releasing. And once I actually did launch that business, they felt like they had a part in it. They felt like they actually put those bricks down and laid that foundation, and they were more than ready to support it. If you do find that your competition doesn't really have any type of identity, or it's just a brand, like I said, a faceless corporation, it's going to give you a better shot if you're going to go into this niche like I'm doing here, building connection with other people, because now your audience will feel like they have some sort of connection to your niche. They have some sort of connection to whatever it is that you're deciding to build and launch. And once you do get prepared to do some sort of launch or possibly go full time with your niche, that is going to be amazing for you, because now you have an audience as opposed to your competition that really didn't take that time to build that connection or that audience. Now, my sixth tip for you guys would be to build your audience and focus on your niche. Like, seriously, really focus on just your niche and just your niche alone. Focus on a niche that you decide to choose and make sure that you have that content running across all platforms. The main reason why you want to do that, and why I'm always expressing why you should stick to your niche, is because if people see that you have the same type of content that's ranging from all of your platforms, not only is it going to make it easier for you to grow your audience, but it's also going to make it a lot easier for people to look at you as that go-to person for that information. You want it to get to a point where people are viewing you as the expert or the guru that they can go to get, once again, the solution to the problems that they are having. I was able to do the same thing on my other channel, Naturallynellzy, and people looked at me as a go-to girl for short natural hair care. As long as you're making sure that you're following these steps, you're sticking to your niche, you're providing valuable content, solutions to people, and you're building those connections, you'll find that you will have exponential growth when it comes to the niche that you decided to double down on. Not only will you have an established tribe or an audience that is going to be okay with sharing your content and referring it to other people, but if you are looking to start a business later on down the line, which is something that I did, you now have a target audience that you can push those products or whatever service that you may want to go to that is still related to your niche. If you guys want more information on how you're able to market your content, stand out, or even how to make money off of your content on social media, be sure to watch these videos over here. And since we have been talking about the topic of finding your niche for this entire video, if you guys have any suggestions for videos that are related to this niche, which is business and entrepreneurship, be sure to leave them down in the suggestions, as I would love to cover any topics that I haven't already covered on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.